Hey, friends. Hey, everybody. I am live from vacation in Lake Tahoe today. I didn't announce this live because I wasn't sure what reception was going to be like, but I wanted to jump on today for my Thursday live to talk with you guys a little bit about vacation anxiety. So, this is, and I'm actually realizing there might be an echo, so I hope this works out okay. I'm in the pool. Want to see? Oh, yeah, the pool and the hot tub. So here's the deal is a lot of my clients come to me and they are, especially during the summer months, real worried about vacation, right? Like we're going on vacation and you're super excited about it. You're planning for it. You're saving for it. It's like all we want to do is go on vacation, especially us Americans, right? We don't get enough vacation time. And then yet once the vacation starts to get close, my clients and I used to get really worried about weight gain. Hold on, I'm going to lift this up a little bit. Easier because I get the sun in my eyeballs. So we worry a lot. Oh, jeez, now the sun's in my forehead, my five head. We worry a lot about weight gain, right? Because for my clients in particular, they have been really working hard to figure out their perfect protocol, what works for them. And so then they have this idea that, sorry, I should have done this first. They have this idea that once they go on vacation, that they're going to lose it all, right? And that they're going to gain 15 pounds and they're just going to be this kind of like wild and reckless beast, at every restaurant, and they're going to be stuffing their face with ice cream sundaes and, McDonald's, Big Macs, or In-N-Out, or whatever it is, right? And so they're really anxious about it. They're worried about the weight gain, but more so because I coach emotional overeaters, they're more so worried about that feeling of losing control. Because they've gained so much control over their relationship with food. And so then I think what a lot of people worry about is now I'm going to be outside of my environment and outside of my routine, and things have been going so well. This sun still sucks. There we go. There. Yes. No more five head highlight. I'm going to be out of my routine. And so therefore, I'm just going to, it's all going to go to shit. Right. But I want to go on this vacation and I want to have a great time, but I don't want to come back and have none of my pants fit. And I don't want to come back and feel like this bloated hot mess, and I don't want to feel like a bloated hot mess while I'm on my vacation. I want to put on a bathing suit on my vacation and feel great. So here's what I got for you. I have 3 questions that you can ask yourself before you go on vacation, like 3 questions that you're really going to plan out, like write down, really spend some time thinking about, that will, if you really ask yourselves these questions and you really follow through on yourself, which was the last part of the last live that I did, if you really follow through, hi Jess, if you really follow through, you will find that you will have an amazing vacation without all of the, yucky, bloated, overeating bullshit that you really want to avoid, and still enjoy it. So, thank you. My hair looks vacation amazing, Jess says. Thank you. All right. So here's what you need to ask yourself before you depart. The first question you want to ask yourself, and I really strongly recommend that you actually work this through in a journal, or if you're one of my clients, let's talk it through together, or with your coach if you have a different coach. But the first question that you want to ask yourself is, how do you want to feel while you're on vacation? And really think about this question. How do you want to feel when you're on vacation? The number one answer that I get from my clients is, I want to feel freedom, right? That's what my clients will usually say to me. I really want to feel free, right? I don't want to be worried about a diet or restriction. I just want to feel free to eat whatever I want and, however much I want and whenever I want. Well, here's what I often say back to my clients when I hear that is eating whatever you want, whenever you want, however much you want, is eating like that really freedom? You can really think about that. Is it really freedom? Because I don't think that it is. I think that eating like that is the opposite of freedom. When we just go all balls to the wall crazy, right? And we're just like eating whatever, ice cream and pizza and, you know, all the fried foods and drinking a ton and day drinking, which, I mean, there's no shame in eating those things on occasion. But if that's all you're eating and you're just going, whatever you want, I'm on vacation, I'm going to live it up, I'm going to have, you know, dessert every night and 10 sugary cocktails and, right? Like when we binge, and for my clients being emotional overeaters, a lot of my clients are binge eaters, and I'm a former binge eater as well. It's like your brain's excuse to just go crazy and binge away, right? Because you're on vacation. And my question to you is, does that really feel like freedom after you've eaten those foods? So if you've just eaten a bunch of, you know, In-N-Out, does that really feel like freedom? If you just had 5 sugary margaritas and a whole bunch of chips and guacamole poolside, do you still feel fab in that bathing suit? The answer is probably no, because you're probably feeling bloated and yucky, right? So I don't actually think that that's freedom. So you really want to ask yourself, what is the feeling that I'm after? Right? And if the feeling is actually freedom, then I want you to think about the second question, which is, what actions do I need to take in order to feel that feeling? And so if we stick with that example of freedom, if you really want to feel freedom is actually planning ahead of time what I'm going to eat, more or less, right? Like you're on vacation, you might not know everywhere you're going to eat, but you know more or less, like, look, like I have a protocol. I know what foods feel best in my body. I've done the work to figure out what foods feel energizing and nourishing. And I feel great when I eat them because I enjoy those foods. And I feel great after I've eaten them. I feel energized and healthy and strong after I've eaten. Why wouldn't you include those foods in your vacation protocol? Like, why wouldn't you include those foods in your plan for vacation? Right? Because that actually is the feeling of freedom. It's, I'm going to go out to lunch and I'm going to eat this, you know, X meal, whatever it is that I've decided works for my body. And then afterwards, we're all going to go swimming at the pool and it's going to be super fun. And I'm going to have cocktails tonight and I'm going to have a dessert. Like it's not to say that you can't do all the things, but it's your mindset around how much dessert do you really want to have that still feels like freedom? How many cocktails do you really want to have? What type of cocktails do you really want to have that still feels like freedom before, during, and after? Because what I am proposing to you is that vacation should be exactly what you want it to be. It should be exactly what you want it to be. And I don't want your brain to trick you into thinking that freedom is eating whatever you want, because it's not. It's not at all. It's the opposite of that. The last question that you should ask yourself. So the first question was, how do I want to feel while I'm on vacation? Hi, Danny Gruen. Whoa, blast from the past. How do I want to feel when I'm on vacation? That's question number 1. And you guys watching, tell me if the echo is really annoying, because I'm realizing now that I have an echo and I didn't realize it when I started recording. So 1, how do I want to feel when I'm on vacation? 2, what are the actions that I need to take to guarantee that feeling, right? And then, well, actually, I want to share with you one more example. So if the feeling is freedom, for me, there are 3 things that I would want to do while I'm on vacation that pretty much would guarantee me feeling free and great and amazing while I'm on vacation. And as long as I've built those things into my day or into most days, I know I'm going to have a great time no matter what else happens, no matter where we end up eating or, you know, how many drinks or whatever it is. Like, I know I'll have a good time if I do these 3 things. The first thing for me, and again, this is just me, this is an example, but the first thing for me is I like to call these my joy habits. Like, these are the things that I do every day in my life or most days in my life that make me feel great. So I want to take them on vacation. I don't want to take a vacation from the things that bring me joy on a day-to-day basis, right? Just because I'm in beautiful Lake Tahoe doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing the things that make me feel really great. Especially if I'm drinking more than usual, and especially if I'm eating foods that I don't normally eat because I'm on vacation, but not binge eating. So the first is I like to intentionally plan out my day. And that doesn't mean that I'm all crazy with an agenda, but I like to, in the morning, I like to write down kind of like a sketch of what I want for the day. What do I want to eat? When do I want to eat it, more or less? How do I want to get exercise in? Because that's number 2 for me. I'll talk about that in a second. And just what do I want what do I want to come from the day? What do I want to make sure at the end of the day that I can say, I did this today, and that's going to impact my day in a positive way. So for me, it's about planning my day out, kind of a map for my day, a guidelines, not like a rigid agenda. 2, I have to exercise every day when I'm on vacation. And that could be like a full-on 11-mile hike. That could be a 30-minute walk with my mama or my husband. And that could be, yoga in the sauna. So if you saw my Instagram story earlier, I was doing Bikram in the sauna. I wasn't showing you the Bikram in the sauna. Anyway, and then the third thing is I need to connect intentionally with my boo. And that really goes for when I'm on vacation with people other than just my husband. It's so easy to get caught up with the kids and the family, and we're running around and fishing and all the things. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I haven't seen my husband in 3 days. And that's when he starts to get on my nerves. So I always make sure that every day we just have a little time together, right? So if I have those 3 things, I'm calling my joy habits. If I have those 3 things built in every day, planning out my day in the morning ahead of time, so I'm intentionally living my day, exercising every day, which goes into my plan, and connecting with my husband, which also goes into my plan, then I am guaranteed that I'm going to have a great day. I mean, it doesn't mean things are going to go wrong. It doesn't mean I'm going to get stuck watching them fish in a freaking boat, which is so boring for me. But as long as I've gotten my 3 things in, I'm going to feel great on that vacation. So that's what I encourage you to do when you think about how do I want to feel when I'm on vacation. And then you think about what are the actions then that I'm going to need to take to guarantee that I feel that way. All right. Last question. Question number 3 is, how do you want to feel when you return from vacation? So this is usually the part that my clients dread and that a lot of people dread, right? Is like, oh, I'm not on vacation anymore, so now I have to go home and deal with the aftermath of the choices that I made on vacation. That is some bullshit. Like, why would you even want to go on vacation if, in the first place, if you're just going to have to clean up the mess later, right? Like, that is not the way that that vacation should be ran, okay? So here's what I want you to think about is, how do I want to feel when I come home from vacation? And for me, it's not freedom necessarily anymore. It's a different feeling. For me, I want to feel really, really, what did I say I wrote a blog post about this. So you can go check all of this out on my blog later, leahpinelli.com. But for me, I want to feel healthy and rejuvenated. Those are the 2 feelings I want to feel when I get back. I still want to have all the happy hours with my family. I still want to have an amazing time doing all the things and eating foods that I maybe wouldn't normally eat. I still want to do those things, but those things are not the focus of my vacation, right? The focus of my vacation is to come back renewed, is to come back feeling freaking beautiful, bomb, fit, happy, mama, like ready to go back energized into my day-to-day life. That's the goal of a vacation. I want to make sure that my whole body is sun-kissed. I want to make sure that I'm not bloated, that I am not constipated. I want to make sure that I haven't gained a whole ton of weight that I didn't plan to gain, which, by the way, gaining weight, you can actually plan that, and you can also plan to lose that. I can help you with that later. Just shoot me a message and let me know if you want some help with that. But I want to go home and I want to feel just as good I want to feel better than I did when I left. Not worse. Not like I've just backpedaled, into some like, I don't know, like into some version of me that I don't totally think is the most amazing version of me ever. So those are my 3 questions for you. Okay, I was about to say girl, but Danny's on here. So those are my 3 questions for you. 1, how do I want to feel when I'm on vacation? Write it out, journal it out, plan for it, be intentional. 2, what actions do I need to take while I'm on vacation? Guarantee those actions. Make sure it's built into your plan. Get up a little earlier than everybody else if you need to have that time for yourself, to make sure that you are taking care of you in terms of supporting the best version of you possible. And then the last question 3, how do I want to feel when I get home? And really think about that one. Set up your vacation so that you get all the things, right? Get all the cocktails and get all the desserts and get all the fun times, but make sure that you're moving toward the goal of the feeling that you want to have while you're on vacation and when you get home. And I guarantee you, if you use that as your guardrail, if you use that as your goal, like this is what I'm trying to do, I want to feel these feelings, I guarantee you that you won't feel deprived because you can't have 84 cocktails. You're going to feel amazing because you're like, yeah, I'm going to have X number of cocktails and then I'm going to sleep great tonight. I'm going to wake up feeling amazing tomorrow. That is freedom, my friends. That is freedom. I hope if you're on vacation that you are enjoying it to the utmost level. And I hope if you're planning a vacation that you really allow yourself to elevate, like, right, to up level your vacations in this way, because you will go home and you will feel amazing and you won't have to dread the inevitable can't get my jeans on anymore. Okay, you guys, if you have questions about this, please comment below or feel free to shoot me a direct message. Happy summer.